and welcome our next warriors into the cage. Please welcome, fighting out of the magnificent Kingdom of Bahrain, by way of Bahia, Brazil. Please welcome, Gerson Pereira.
So here he comes from Bahrain by way of Brazil, the 32-year-old Gerson Pereira. And again, this is a man who has stepped up on short notice, stepped up to take the opportunity. Very excited about this as well. Has fought on Brave before, back at Brave 44. Lost that to Bayer Stepan by spinning back kick to the liver. That was a fight where he was showing such aggressive striking, really made it a fun first 5 minutes, but just got caught. And Phil, when you talk about those liver shots, there's something about them. Your body just gives up on you, it surrenders for you.
The body gives up before the mind does with a shot like that. And the worst thing about it is it's not immediate. There's a delayed effect with a liver shot. And when you feel it, and your body lets you down before your mind's letting you down. But what I want to say about Gerson Pereira is, it's very rare in the sport of mixed martial arts do you get the opportunity at redemption so quickly on a global platform. Usually if you lose, you have to go away and pick up some regional wins. But he has an opportunity to show his wear once again in Brave Combat Federation, which is huge for him. A legitimate Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt coming in, although it must be said he doesn't have a submission win on his ledger since 2014.
Wow. Great stats once again from you there, Phil. And this man impressed me so much. I saw him in the hotel. He was really thriving in the opportunity. Everything was just good energy about him this morning. Really smiles on his face, stepping up. And like you said, the ability to try and wipe that loss away from Brave 44. He is stepping up a weight class. Usually fights at bantamweight. He's going to compete this one at featherweight. What sort of difference is he going to feel? And I know he trains with people that are bigger. I know he rolls with people that are bigger. But under the spotlight, what sort of differences will that make to his game?
If anything, I think this could be better for his game going up a weight class. He hasn't had to debilitate his body. He hasn't had to suck that water out of his body. He's going in and it's taking the fight on 12 hours notice. He's very much the underdog, so to speak. So he can go in there, he can be loose. He has nothing really to prove. And what a story it would be, again, like we've seen with Abdullah Ali Yaqub, if he goes in there and gets the win.
We shall wait and see. What a story indeed. Gerson Pereira is set to make his second entrance into the Brave cage, taking this one on short notice. Can he claim his first victory under this banner?
Brave Nation, this bout is 3 5-minute rounds in a catch weight of 68 kilograms. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's mixed martial artist with a professional record of 12 wins and 8 losses. He stands 158 centimeters tall and weighs already 67 kilograms. Representing Nordeste Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, and fighting out of the magnificent Kingdom of Bahrain by way of Bahia, Brazil. Please welcome Gerson Pereira. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 6 wins and 3 losses. He stands 176 centimeters tall and weighs already 67.6 kilograms. Fighting out of Baghdad, Iraq. Please give it up for Hussein Salem. Your referee is the Bandit, Dickie Larkin.
Big thanks to Arwa, our deeply appreciated beverage sponsor, Arwa.
Then Salem, you'll see the tail of the tape there, 27 years of age, a huge height and reach advantage over the Brazilian via Bahrain. Gerson Pereira. Pereira in the blue corner, Salem in the red. We are underway. Again, Phil, it's going to be about where this fight takes place for me. That's going to be the interesting thing. Both have got an excellent grappling pedigree, but will Salem
work there?
Look to stay out and keep it on the feet?
A big swing and a miss from Pereira.
Great awareness there from Salem, ducked under that looping hook.
If if you're in a position like Pereira here, you've taken the fight on 12 hours notice, throw caution to the wind, advance, dive in for a leg, do something. You're a BJJ black belt.
He is throwing that big overhand right a lot.
Be a boy. It's exactly what he wants to do, and he was playing possum a little bit with those strikes.
This is exactly where he wants to be. If he is a shark, this is the ocean for Gerson Pereira.
Not a huge ground and pound guy. He's likely to try and pass to half guard before too long.
Interesting to see if Juarez, if Salem throws up the legs looking for that armbar as he got on Juarez in his last fight.
He will not tap Be a Boy. That I can guarantee. Not with an armbar from here. Getting a submission on this man, you nearly have to take him out fully before you apply it. And Be a Boy's heart is monster.
He was trying to work with a little bit of wrist control there, but obviously the BJJ black belt was wise to it, and he's just solidifying the position, keeping the head the whole way down, squaring off the hips very well, following Hussein Salem wherever he goes. The only risk here for Gerson Pereira is that referee Decky Larkin may see this as inactivity on call, because it's not like a jiu-jitsu match where you can take your time, you can work methodically in the gi.
Yeah, the closed guard there from Salem. What does that tell you about the game he's playing on bottom there, Kirik?
That it's excellent. I had expected to have that guard pass by now. It's not even close yet, despite multiple opening of the guard to go for armbars, both left and right. I'm extremely impressed so far, not just with the striking, but with the jiu-jitsu of Iraq's Hussein Salem.
Oh, momentarily there, he opened the guard, shifted the hips ever so slightly, realizes he wasn't going to get the angle, closed the guard again.
Heavy pressure on top from Gerson Pereira. Burying those braids into the chin there of Hussein Salem.
Salem just keeping him, not giving him the opportunity to open that guard, to extend the hips.
I'm just looking for,
about a little bit of a switch there.
Yeah, absolutely, saw that open, looking to try and get onto the side of his hips, make something happen. Real chess match in front of us, gentlemen.
Gotta say, I don't see it that often, but I'm impressed by the striking game of Iraq's Hussein Salem. He's throwing short little elbows, throwing some short shots from bottom, and as well, simultaneously threatening both with sweeps and with submissions. It's an extremely impressive game so far.
Real difference in their anatomy as well, those long, lengthy limbs of the Iraq fighter Salem, whereas you have the short, stocky, powerful ones from Gerson Pereira.
Like the mini fridge you keep in your room as opposed to the fridge freezer your mum and dad have downstairs.
Those legs are built for arm bars and triangles. That's clearly what he's trying to set up here. But as we alluded to earlier, one of the huge differences between grappling and jiu-jitsu and MMA is in grappling and jiu-jitsu, you can hold out for a while, wait for your opponent to make a mistake. You need action in mixed martial arts.
They'll look up to Decky Larkin there. Maybe trying to get him to intervene. Stacking his opponent up. Final minute now of this first round between these two. And the majority has been in the center of the cage in this position. Gerson Pereira on top, looking to stack up, try and pass the guard, try and cause some short damaging shots to Salem. But Salem's defensive jiu-jitsu and grappling has been excellent so far.
Doing enough though. Gerson Pereira is doing enough just to keep himself honest with these little pot shots to prevent Decky Larkin from standing them up. And I do think this is exactly where Gerson wants to keep the fight. What will be telling, in my opinion, is what happens when the fight starts on the feet again, leading in at the beginning of the second round.
And we'll tell that story as well, as far as the underlying story of Gerson Pereira stepping up on short notice, not having that camp to train. All the cardio potentially needed for that, but there's pluses and minuses to that as well, isn't there, Phil? Because mentally you've not been going to bed thinking about the fight. Physically you might not have been training as hard, so you might not have the injuries coming in.
Yeah, as I said it when he was walking out, he has a huge opportunity with very little downside for him. Realistically, he's coming in, he's essentially doing the organisation a solid, so he holds himself in good stead.
Also, Gerson Be a Boy Pereira is a teacher at Nordeste Jiu-Jitsu. That's his own jiu-jitsu program. Win, lose, or draw in this fight, he is drawing great attention to Nordeste Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes, just as I was talking about, just enough little pot shots to keep himself honest. But leading into the second round, if you're Hussein Salem, are you going to try and keep on your bike? Are you going to implement that lateral movement that we love to see from fighters? Land your shots, move, pop, pop, move. Or are you going to try and load up on that big shot? And as we seen when he did it last time, Gerson being a little bit shorter, just slid underneath, connected the hands, and boom, there was the takedown.
We are set for round number 2 here at Brave 48 at Arad Fort. Again, we look at that wonderful shot as the camera swoops down upon the cage.
Round 1 in mixed martial arts is all about downloading information on your opponent. I think one of the things Hussein Salem has now is what his opponent needs in order to take it down to the ground. I'm not sure it's going to be reproduced.
Salem in the red corner, Pereira in the blue, and a little tell of how mentally they're doing in the fight. When Salem went back to his corner, punched the cage in a little bit of frustration.
I think it was a position that he thought he was going to find himself in, but that's a beautiful sprawl.
Oh, he's caught with the right!
Oh, he wobbled
He's
him!
wobbled him, the overhand right now!
Strikes are coming!
Get a head kick, a knee to the head, but he's firing back!
That was a heavy, heavy shot.
The boy is a bad man to be staying in this fight.
Pereira needs to circle out. It's a huge leg kick.
He
and
is
an
still
overhand!
in trouble. Blood coming from that nose, wearing the... That's a broken nose there.
How many more shots can he take?
That is a badly broken nose there on Gerson Pereira's face, wearing it now. Oh!
Now the takedown came very, very laboured, and that broken nose is then going to obstruct his breathing, which obstructs his cardio.
Blood will be dipping. A smile on the face there. The smile on the face. Oh!
Oh, Decky Larkin almost came out of retirement momentarily, ladies and gentlemen.
Hussein Salem once in this fight.
Hussein Salem is just pouring it on now.
Elbows. Oh, just misses with that kick as well.
Oh, that could be the end of it. Pereira was shelled up momentarily.
Big damage caused early
Hussein
on.
Salem's going to stand it up again. Won't come in quite as quickly this time.
A little bit slow with Bia Boy getting to his feet.
Wipe away that blood. You've got to be careful with that nose. If you try and blow it out, that's when it can fill the orbital with air.
Bia Boy needs to be careful dipping his head down when he's throwing that overhand, leaving himself wide open for a lead leg head kick from Hussein Salem.
Now, Gerson putting the pressure on, coming forward still in this fight.
As are all of us, Hussein Salem got to be impressed with Bia Boy's toughness.
Oh, it's a big shot right down the middle. Just sweeping the legs to the side, landing big strikes.
Out and decorating the Brave cage as well, my goodness. Pressure coming from Hussein Salem.
I am still being respectful though of the jiu-jitsu game of Pereira. I think he's doing the right thing. Stand off, and every time Pereira's got to the feet, it's been with a little less urgency.
35 seconds, almost halfway through this round, and Kirik, those seconds will feel like hours to Pereira.
Pereira is, as I said before, a bad man. Bia Boy is a bad man. He cannot be broken mentally, as you can see. He's still in this fight, trying to win it with his hands.
I love the fact that he just takes a deep breath, bites down on his mouthpiece, and tries to come over the top.
Oh, big knee! Eats another one.
Shot to the body.
This is unreal stuff here.
Oh, huge shot to the body, in for the takedown. Big sprawl from Hussein.
Stunning stuff from Hussein Salem. We saw the frustration at the end of round 1 as he punched the cage. He took that frustration right out on the nose of Gerson Pereira at the start of round number 2.
Hussein Salem knows what's winning this fight. He's dominating the standing portion of it. If a takedown comes through 1 or 2 low kicks, call your opponent up. He's going to keep doing it.
If jab from Pereira there.
Oh,
just
look at the blood coming out of the nose. He's
Oh,
dropped
he
again.
wobbled him.
Decky Larkin on top of this. Still Gerson Pereira surviving.
He's trying to roll. He's trying to get out of the way, but he's eating huge.